back end queues, insertion is done at front end of the queue as 0th position, and deletion will be done from the end of the queue, that is back end of the queue. We call it as rear end of the queue. Okay, and new elements added are called rear, and from which old elements are deleted called front. In some cases we will make it as, one case I explained, in another case we're going to make it as, so from the rear end we're going to keep on insert the elements, and front end we're going to delete the elements. Both the cases remains the same. The ends, that what you consider for the queue, that is very important there. So normally for this our lab example as well as for a theory representation easily understandable format, we have taken that as, so end of, at the end at which the elements newly added and new elements that what we are adding, we call that end as rear end. So where from which the old elements, the elements which already present in the queue, that we are deleting it from the queue, we call it as front end. So it is like a inserting from rear, deleting, that is throwing out from the front end of the queue. Okay, is it clear now? What is the definition of a queue? Have you got cleared what is definition of queue? Yeah, fine. So same way, here we have taken it as a simple elements. If the elements are to be inserted, so for example, we have taken 5 elements A, B, C, D, E in this order. A is the first element that will be deleted from the queue, since the first element inserted into a queue will be the first element thrown out of the queue, that is removed from the queue. So for that purpose, that ordered list, we call it as FIFO data structure. FIFO, first in, first out. Make sure that stack is a last in, LIFO, whereas stack is a last in, first out data structure, whereas queue is a FIFO data structure, FIFO, first in, first out data structure. Is it cleared? So now, how we represent that queue using array? Queue using array, the representation of queues using an arrays. So how it can be done? So first and the foremost, this I have made it as a point to us. This I will share it to you people. Once I complete the class, I will going to update it in LMS software by God there. I think everything is accessible from the by God, I think. Is it accessible there? Assignment notes and all have updated already. The stacks and the previous questions, polynomials and other things and all I have updated. So sometimes during some peak times and all, the server may get errored. During evening time, after 5 o'clock or before, during that time you can access easily the materials. Why I loaded there? Because all the 3 sections are in one complete LMS there. So instead of mailing individually, I loaded everything over there step by step. So you can start writing your assignment answers once you complete the consent concept. I think 10 questions already completed. This is the 10th question I am doing it. Another 2 questions are there, that conversion of expressions, that I will teach it on the board next class. Okay. Now, a representation of queues using an array. First part, queue may be represented by a one-way list. One-way lists are nothing but a linear arrays. Linear arrays are one-dimensional arrays. One single array. So will be maintained linear by array of queue into and 2 pointer variables. So here queue is maintained with 2 pointer variables. What about stack? How the stack is maintained? You want the instant reply. Stack, since the queue contains 2 different ends, we have 2 different pointers here. two different pointer variables are created for a linear array. What about stack pointer? Stack pointer, I know. How many pointers you will create there? Only one. Since it contains only one end of the top, that is, the top has only one end, that stack contains only a single pointer pointing to the concerned data variables, whatever that must be present inside the stack. So what about this FIFO data structure? Here we have two ends, front and the rear. These two are called two pointer variables, that what we're going to use for queues. Front containing the location of front elements of the queue, that what we are deleting it from the queue. A rear containing a rear location of the queue, where you can insert data elements inside the queue. So this is about a basic simple definition of the queue. So next, the second part, what we have here, location of front equal to null. So previous case, what we were doing, how do you check a stack overflow, underflow? How to check whether stack is overflow or stack is underflow? Top is equal to -1 for what? When top is equal to size -1, not top -1, Ankita. That is, top is equal to size -1. Yes, stack minus, that is stack size -1. We're going to check for a overflow of a stack. Underflow of a stack equal to -1. When top is equivalent to -1, it will be called it as a underflow of the stack. Okay, so this below I'll show one figure that indicates how queue is created. Okay, whenever the element which is deleted from the queue, whenever the element is deleted from the queue, the front end is increased by 1. Okay, make a note, whenever a queue element is deleted, whenever an element of the queue is deleted, make sure front will be increased by 1. That is implemented by assigning front equal to front plus 1. Okay, so this is one standard condition. Make a note, whenever you add element into the queue, the rear end is increased by 1. That is, rear is equal to rear plus 1. Rear will be incremented by 1. That is nothing but rear is equal to rear plus 1. So this is for inserting, that is inserting an element into the queue. This is for inserting an element in the queue. This part is to delete an element from the queue. Okay, so these two conditions you must and should remember throughout end of this class, because based on this only we're going to create operations performing on queue. The stack operations that what we performed previously, so same we are performing it on the queue also. What are the various stack operations? What are the various stack operations that we performed? Push, pop, and display. Here three major operations called insert, delete, and display. So three operations that performed on the queue are insert, delete, and display. These are the three major operations that can be performed on queues. Okay, so let me clear this board. Just a minute. Okay. Yes, is the queue is visible there? I think queue is yes, visible. Fine. So you can see A, B, C, D, E are the elements that we have taken it for inserting inside the queue. A, B, C, D, and E are the elements that we have taken for inserting. Okay. So A, B, C, D, E are the 5 elements that we have taken to insert the data inside the queue. So previously what we were doing, push inside to the stack from single end here earlier. So here so both front and rear will be pointing to null. Initially, both front and rear should be pointing to null. First iteration, make a note, whenever you are inserting a first element into the queue, both front and rear must be incremented. Whenever a first element into the queue, if you are inserting, both front and rear must be incremented. This is one standard condition that you need to follow for queue insertion. When the first element of the queue is inserted, both front and rear must be incremented. Initially it will be in -1. Now both front and rear at the 0th position. Okay. Now insert data A, done. Second, again insert data B. Third, A, B, C. Fourth, D. A, B, C, D, E. So this 5 different parts, front, that is queue front and queue rear, both here front end is fixed. Can you see there? Front end is fixed. Front is pointing to one common position, that is A, that is in 0th position. Rear is at first position. Again, this is 0, 1, 2. 0, 1, 2, third position. 0, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay. So now you can see here front end is standard in all the insertion positions there. So whereas rear end is keep on incremented. So as per the statement number 2, whenever you want to insert a data into the queue, which end has to be incremented? Initially both front and rear will be incremented. Whenever you want to insert a data onto the queue, which end has to be incremented? Can you see and tell? Yes, I'm listening to the classes. Fine, good, thank you. That is rear end has to be incremented. Whenever you want to delete an element from the queue, when you want to delete an element from the queue, which end has to be incremented? Front end, yes, correct. So that is nothing but rear end is used to insert the data into the queue by incrementing the rear. By incrementing the front, we're going to disable the link of that consent value, deletes the data from the queue. Okay, so this is about a sample simple linear queue. So first four positions here. So till fourth position, the size of queue we have taken this as 5. So 0 to 5, front is pointing to 0, rear is pointing to the fourth position, that is fifth position, array index 4. So when you perform delete operation, increment front. So once you increment front, what about this A? The link connected for that variable A, whatever that inserted, will be removed from that consent queue. That consent queue position will become blank. So now a front is pointing to where? After deleting the element from the queue, the current value of front is where? Current value of front 1. Current value of rear 4. Okay, that is not 5. Some students, they will make it confused slightly, they will confuse and they will put it as 5. So as usual, the front is incremented, no, rear will also will change. Rear will not be changed until unless you insert the element into the queue. Okay, so is it clear? Is the example of queue is cleared? Okay. So hardly students will reply. I don't know what happened to the section 3. What happened to section 3 students? Satak Sharma, from your section, lot of issues. I don't know what is there. Huh? Repeatedly, I'll be telling this is very important concepts. It's left to you people. I cannot do anything. Okay, fine. We'll go with the next concept of Q. Yes, no problem, no problem. Just a reminder, Tulpa. No need to worry about it. Okay, that is left to them. If they want to class, let them join. Okay. So already a 160 are there. I don't know how many people are active in this 167. Excluding me, it is 166. I think so. Okay, that is left to their thing. We don't want to. Sorry for the interrupt. So just analyze this. Just analyze this. How what are the operations performed there? Just go through it once. I will. See, students, those who join, those who leave meeting, everything will be recorded. One or the other day, I will take a very good class for you people once you revert back. Okay, no problem. That is left to you. So this is a queue representation through arrays. Earlier, I have represented in a general way. I have shown how the queue is worked. So with array representation, I'll explain in detail now. Go through it now once. So here, the size of queue is taken as 5. Size of queue, that is maximum size of queue is equal to 5. I have taken, that is 0 to 4. Right? A, B, C, D, E. Initially, F is equal to -1, R is equal to -1. Initially, the iteration number, zeroth iteration, both front and rear will be in the -1 position. Those who have not understood the queue, once again with the complete array representation, I am explaining. Listen carefully. This is very important concept. Okay. So initially, both front and rear will be set to -1. Once if you want to insert a first element into the queue, both front and rear will be incremented. Both front and rear will be incremented. So both front and rear will be pointing to the 0th position of the array, right? So inserted first element of a array. Okay. So next step, insert second element of array. Rear will be incremented, front will be in the same position. So front will be in the same position, rear will be incremented. As I told in the previous case, when you want to insert element, rear will be incremented. That is now the current position of rear is 1, B, the value B is incremented here. Okay, this is first iteration of Q. This is a second iteration performed on Q. Next, third iteration, again if you want to insert, third iteration performed on the Q. Okay, after inserting 3 elements, if you want to delete any element from the Q, so what you have to increment now? If you want to delete an element from the Q, yes, if you want to delete an element from the queue, front will be incremented. What is the element deleted? So if I want to delete at the third position, if I want to delete the element after inserting the third value, what will be deleted now? A. After deleting, what is the front? After deleting for the fourth iteration here, what will be the front value? Yes, front value will be 1. Fine. You are listening to the process now. The A is deleted. Okay. So now again I want to insert the data. So D is inserted. After deleting this A, D is inserted. Front will be pointing to A only. Okay. Rear will be keep on incrementing now. D is inserted. Then that is fourth iteration. Fifth iteration, E is inserted. The current value of rear is 4. So what is the current value of F? That will be 1 only. So since this is deleted. Okay. So now if you delete the data, what is the current value of front? In this iteration, if you delete the data, front will be pointing to this. So the data will be deleted from the queue. Okay. So I think now it is completely understood how the data is inserted into the queue. Yes or no? Yeah. So can we go with the operations of queue? No, operations of queue. Okay, now we'll go with the operations performed on queue. Just a minute. Okay. Okay, so operations performed on queue. So generally, three major operations, as I told in the previous case. One is insert, is nothing but queue create, delete, display. These are the three major operations that will be performed on any queues: insert, delete, and display. So here depends on the situation of that constant queue, what you want. Insert from rear end, insert from front end. Based on that, you will going to insert the data. In between, at the middle of the queue also you can insert the data, that I'll explain the next queue concepts, the circular queue and the double-ended queues. In that concepts you have in the next module. So completely for the first assessment and that for the first test, I'll wind it up with the basic queues and expressions I need to teach there. After that, I'll go with the circular queues. Okay. So here, implementation of queue. How do you implement the queue operations? First is queue create and check with maximum queue size. So check with maximum queue size has to define maximum size. We have defined it as 100. Earlier for the stacks, I have taken it as 5 or 10, right? So here I have taken it as 100 maximum size for queue. Okay. So type def struct int key. So key is nothing but data that what you want to insert there. Element is a structure variable. Element is a structure variable. Okay, so element is a structure name. So this is a queue of max size. Thus we call it as structure variable, right? So this is a type def structures we are creating. Type def struct element a structure name. For the name again a structure variable q is created. Okay, so as I told while inserting the data, previous board itself I have explained, both rear and front will be equal to -1 before inserting any data into the queue. For the first insertion of element into the queue, both front and rear must be incremented. Yes? Yes or no? Both front and rear must be incremented before inserting first element into the data, right? Okay. So boolean is empty q when both front and rear is equal. So how do you check a underflow stack? How do we check a underflow stack? Top is equal to -1. So here, so underflow queue is checked through. Underflow of the queue is checked through when front equal to rear. When both are equal, the elements of the queue are closed. So there is no elements present in the queue. At that time, the queue is empty. When both are front and rear are pointing to the same position, the queue will become empty. Okay. The last element of the queue is deleted and that current position of the queue will become completely empty over there. So is boolean is queue stack overflow. How we will check? Top equal to maximum size -1. Here, since we are inserting from the rear end, rear equal to maximum queue size, that what is a variable defined using hash define that we will going to use for that condition checking for whether the queue is full or not. Okay, in the queue two variables are used, there is front and the rear. The queue increments the rear in add queue, front in delete queue. These two function calls I will explain now. So just now I told in the previous session that when you increment a front, what it will operate? What is the performance done when you increment a front? By incrementing front, what we will do there? Delete. By incrementing the rear, by incrementing a front, we will delete. By incrementing a front, we will insert the data into the queue. Okay. So this is about a simple basic operations that we perform it on the queue. And if you want to display the elements of the queue, we need to check whether the data is present in the queue or not. How do you check whether data is present in the queue or not? Any idea? How do we check whether the data is present in a queue or not? Reply fast in the chat. The condition check. Mohammed, we cannot check with the -1. We have to check with the variables only. Front is equal to rear. At that situation, there are no elements in the queue. Okay. We'll go with the next part. So a first function here, we are taking a first function, add item, void, add this. What is this element called? Element is a structure variant, structure name, and item is a structure variable. Add an item inside to the queue if rare equal to, if the rare is equal to max q size minus 1, directly you can put it here a printf. So directly we can put a printf q full, printf q full, or else we can call the function q full. Inside that q full function, inside that q full function, we're going to put this printf statement. Inside this q full function, we're going to put this statement. Okay, just a minute, 1 minute. Okay, sorry for the interrupt. Here we can use this q full function, or directly we can put the printf statement when q is full. Okay, if not, q of plus plus rare is equal to item. As I told, we need to increment the rare. Why before only incrementing? Why we are incrementing before insert only? Any idea? I have explained that completely. We are incrementing the queue before inserting the data. Initially, where the rare will be there? Initially, where the rare condition will be there? -1, right? So if you want to insert the data, if you put directly q of rare equal to item, where it will insert? It will going to insert at -1 position, right? Instead of that, we perform an increment operation. Once you increment -1 plus plus, it will going to point it to the 0th position of an array. So there you can increment, that is insert a first item of data into the queue. Now both front and rear, as I told, when we are inserting the data into the queue, both for the first element of the queue, both the front and rear must and should be incremented. From second insertion of element onwards, only a rear will be incremented. So whatever that I have explained in a diagrammatic representations, question itself is there with diagrammatic representations with all the functions of the queue. You shouldn't must write for that question 10 marks what I have given in that assignment there. Okay, so this function will be executed for inserting the data, into the queue. So next function is delete function. When we're going to use delete function, so here element delete queue is one function created. Check if both front and rear, when both front equal to rear, that is return an error key that queue is empty. Okay, so directly we can put a printf statement queue is empty, or you can call one more function. Here everything will be called through functions. This program is to add a queue and this program is to delete a queue. Okay, so here return queue of plus plus front. Why we are incrementing the front? After deleting, that link of front should not be enabled for the previous element, that what we have deleted there. That's purpose we are incrementing that front before itself, pre-incremented front. Okay, so this is to delete the data from the queue. Two different functions. So now one more function is there, that is queue full and queue empty. So you can see here queue full function which prints the error message. So queue is full, cannot add any element, and exit. So queue empty function, what we're going to use, that is empty queue. There are no elements present. So instead of making complications, directly we can write that functions, that is queue empty and queue full printf statements are there. That is a standard errors we call it as. This is f printf what we are using here. One second. So this f printf that what we are using here, that is a standard error that performing exit failure is predefined in the strlib.h. Okay, so this is how we insert the data and delete the data from the queue. Okay, if you want to display the elements of the queue, if you want to display the elements of the queue, how you perform? Can you put a for loop there? Can you put a for loop statement to display the elements of queue? How it is performing, I told, if front equal to rear, that is there are no elements in the queue. How do you display the elements of queue in sequence order? I want that for loop to be entered over there. 5 minutes of time I will give, analyze that for loop and enter. Let me see how many will answer here. So then condition of empty queue will be false, because even if there is one both, so after deleting the element of both front and rear are equal. This is, for example, in the -1 condition. In this situation only both front and rear will be equal. At that time you will be deleting the data. So now you write the for loop, I will tell. Array size will not come here. Here front and rear you should use. Arrays 0 also will not come. Both front and rear will come. Where you'll use front, where you'll use rear, I wanted now. So that is a one small task for you people. to front, I less than equal to rear, I plus plus. Correct. Yes, correct. So now let me take the attendance. So Tarun Ram left. Okay, fine. I'll record it that. For them, I'll mark it absent. ಬರ್ತದೆ ಈಗ ಒಂದು ಹಂಗೆ ಹಾಕ್ಬಿಡಿ ಸರ್ ಪ್ಯಾರಲ್ ಆಗಿ ಹಾಕಿ ಹಂಗೆ ಮೆಸೇಜ್ ಹೋಗ್ಲಿ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗ್ತದೆ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಅಟೆಂಡೆನ್ಸ್ ಕಾಲ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ ಪ್ಯಾರಲ್ ಆಗಿ ಹಾಕಿ ಡೈಲಿ ದೇ ಆರ್ ಪ್ಲೇಯಿಂಗ್ ಐ ಥಿಂಕ್
ಅವನು ಯಾರು ಗ್ರೂಪಲ್ಲಿ ಮೆಸೇಜ್ ಹಾಕಿದ್ದು
Yes, now you type your USNs and keep it ready for the attendance. Now I will take the attendance. Okay, so it's fine. The for loop is correct. All they are copied and pasted it. No need to worry. Okay. Now you type and keep it ready with your attendance. Just within 1 minute, I will call. Then you can enter there. Yes, answer your attendance. USN number 1. USN 2. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 18 absent. 21, 18 present, where you were. 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 25 absent. 26, 27, 20. USN number 26. Don't put slightly disconnected. I'll start from 26 again. Don't put the messages. 26, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 59 absent, 64, 65, 65, 66. Just hold on. Number 8. Just hold on. Don't put any messages. USN number 8. Aditya Pratap Verma. USN number 8. Aditya Pratap Verma. Answer fast. 65 Kamal Nayan idana nodu. Mark him also absent. See, don't play with us. I have the recorded proof there. 65. Mark him also absent. 66. 67. 68. 69. 70. 71. 72. 73. 72 absent, sir. 74. 75. 76. 77. 78. 79. 80. 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, 89, not there. Either save madbodu. 90 illa absent. Student illa. From 91, please hold on. I'll be relogging in. ಅಲ್ಲೇ ಬರುತ್ತೆ, ಅಲ್ಲಿ ತಗೊಂಡು ಅದ್ರಲ್ಲಿ ಇರುತ್ತಲ್ಲ ಬಿಡು. ಬರ್ಕೊಂಡಿಲ್ಲ ನಾನು, ಅಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ನಿಲ್ಸ್ಬಿಟ್ಟೆ. ಈಗ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಬರ್ಕೊಂತೀನಿ ಬಿಡು. ABNAIDU90 NAIDU90 @gmail.com. ಪಾಸ್ವರ್ಡ್ ನಾನೇ ಹಾಕ್ತೀನಿ ಇರ್ಬೋದು. ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ನಾನು ಹಾಕಬಹುದು. ಅದು ಇವ್ರು ಕಳ್ಸಿತ್ತು, ಅದನ್ನ ಹಂಗೆ ಇಟ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದೀನಿ ನಾನು. ಅದು ಬೈಹಾಟ್ ಹಾಕ್ಬಿಟ್ಟೈತೆ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ತಲೆನಾಗ. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ನನಗೆ ತೋರಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದೆ ನೋಡಿ. 2 ಅವರ್ ಅಟ್ ಎ ಟೈಮ್ ತಗೋ ಎರಡನ್ನು. 85% ಅಂತೆ ನನ್ನ ಮಗನ ಮೆಸೇಜ್ ಹೋದ್ರೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗ್ತದೆ ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ. ಓಕೆ. 91, 92 parallelly you mark the attendance. 93, 94. So attendance is marked parallelly to the e-governance. Tell the attendance properly, or else message will go to your parents. Later, you please don't put any WhatsApp messages for us. 95, 96, 97, 98, 105. Wait. Can't you wait till I call? 97 absent, sir. 98, 99, 100. 100, 100, 101, 99 ಹಾಕಿದ್ದಾರೆ. 101